You were voted out seconds into the game.
That was not it.
You're now on a tribe of people who've played before. You've never played. Do you belong out here?
Well, Jeff, I feel very much a part of this tribe and a part of the decision making and a part of the play.
You have one extra member. Who are you going to sit out? Abby, I got to ask. Of all the challenges we've had, how many of you participated in?
2.
Both tribes working together well. Everybody in on this challenge, except for Abby, sitting out yet again. Dang, congratulations.
Yeah, ladies.
Probably Malcolm who should be holding that. No, get it. Malcolm.
I mean, I live in a town of 3,000 people, and yes, I did go to a private, like, all-white school, but I do have, like, African-American people in my life.
Who?
My housekeeper.
So, I mean, like, that just put us on a weird vibe from day one.
But she's
totally
like a
different
member
world.
of our family. Like, she's...
A paid member.
Yes. I mean, you know, yeah, she doesn't work for free.
What do you think we should do with your torch?
What happened to theirs? It got smuffed. Is that the word, smuff?
But Nyanka, they didn't quit. Purple Kelly, what do you think should be done with your torch? You guys are quitters.
I think it should be snuffed too.
All right, so I'll snuff your torches, but we're going to keep them here at Tribal Council. There'll be a reminder to you guys when you come back in here as part of the jury of the decision you made to quit. Coach leading the tribe of villains, using all of that life experience in a kayak. Jason going to Exile Island.
But this is also good for Jason if he gets the immunity idol. Like, I don't know why he's tripping.
That's true. This time, maybe you'll get a real one.
Yo, one time for the one time when the milkman slides, he gotta hit you with a yo.
I was really expecting to hear you say good morning. That's crazy. I'm just free.
Yo, I can keep going if you want me to. It is Survivor 48, week 10, day 19. Milk and Bree in the building like, whoa, you know what it is. We make it do what it do. We 19 strong already in the building. I see y'all. What's good with you? How y'all doing on tonight? It amazes me every week. I see these numbers be creeping in for Survivor, but I don't know where y'all be at. But I just be so grateful you be watching. Let me tell you, we've been trying to find the audience when it comes to reacting to reality TV shows, and we only got 3. We ain't got but 3. It's Big Brother, Survivor, and World's Toughest Test. Who knows if we'll add some more? But we're so grateful to see all of you in the building, already up to 24. Keep it rolling, keep it rolling. Tag a friend, get your mom, uncle, cousin in the building. Of course, if you want to hop in the comment section, come on over to Milk and Joe Entertainment on Facebook or on YouTube if you would like to get into the comment section, if you would like to join the conversation on this evening. Of course, we'll be breaking down tonight's episode. What an amazing episode it was. It was kind of all over the place. And that kind of defines who was getting most of the attention today. That was the bottom 4 of 8, who in and of itself is all over the place, which is what today's episode looked like. So I say to you, Bree, hey, yo, Bree.
What up?
Yo, where you want to start at tonight, yo?
Can we start with the first challenge? Let's.
Oh,
can we start
okay.
there?
So you don't even want to get into the whole conspiring and Star trying to come up with another plan? Or
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we can.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah. We can, because
we'll
get there. A lot of back and forth.
Okay.
The start of the back and forth.
So you want to talk about the wiggle? Wiggle.
Okay.
The wiggle.
I just want to say the funniest thing about this episode to me, and that stuck with me the entire episode. This is what stuck with me. And we could go back and talk about everything else after. After we when they were doing wiggle, right? They try to worm their way up there.
Yeah.
And everybody's at the pad and uptight except for Camilla. And he's like,
"Bro," she said, "How?
How?" I swear. In that moment, she was my spirit animal because that was so beautiful.
She looked up like, "Bitch, how? How? I don't know."
That like what I'm saying, where I'm at in my life right now with all that is like,
oh man,
like, and I see people just making it through the day, and that's the feeling that how are y'all just making it like,
well, you ain't even got no job. No. No offense.
How? I'm over here struggling, but yeah, no.
I mean, and that's why they say, you know what? The grass is always greener.
In that
you
moment,
always think somebody else's situation. You know,
she was.
You don't know what they got to go through. Woo, hallelujah.
Because I was like, I felt that so much in my spirit. How?
Yo.
Okay, now we can go back and talk about everything else.
Man,
that just was so funny to me, and it just really. I was like, Camilla, I feel you, because that's how it would be in each and every challenge out there. Like, what are y'all doing? How are y'all doing this? It's crazy.
I mean, that was hilarious. You see, I was right there with you. I knew right where you was. But hey, I kind of want to talk about Eva though, because I mean, we come right off the back of last week's tribal. We start right off with the fallout of David going home. Eva's the first one up to talk to Mary. And I mean, she's keeping it a buck, and I guess you do what you got to do. You try to manage the jury votes. Clearly, Mary understood what was happening. She wasn't buying that shit. She ain't gonna just hand you $1 million for telling the truth. She said, but Eva seems to be just shooting it straight from the hip. And we don't have to get all the way to tribal, but I mean, I felt like she did some damage to herself at tribal.
I feel like she's doing a little damage to herself in general by continuing to tell people how safe she feels. How,
bro, we decided. Hold on, we decided.
Like what? She already has the $1 million.
Next one,
right? She already has the $1 million check in her head. Like, you know what I mean? She has it already.
She's got Final 4, Final 3 for sure.
For sure. But in my head, she's already bought her vacation home with this check.
Like, bitch, I'm definitely getting the fire. And if I can make fire, I'm winning this shit. They love me. They love me.
And so I think that is going to be.
But you can't take it for granted. You can't take it for granted.
That's going to end up being her downfall.
Because people feel like it, once people feel like you're taking them for granted, they will flip on you faster than anything you ever saw in your life, including Joe. I don't know if Joe
will flip on her, but he might not be there.
Yeah, right.
To not flip on her. You know what I mean? So
well, I mean, they got to beat him first. He done won 3 of those things. I said to myself when I was watching him, because at first I thought he was fixing to just go down on the first little and get it done. But no, it fell a couple times. But I said to myself, I said, damn, is Joe just good at everything? Is damn Joe just good at every damn thing?
And I was with Shaheen with that one. After he got that, it was so much harder than it looked.
Yeah, I mean, but he was doing a good job with his. Yeah. I mean, he moved a half a toe every other second or so. You know, he just was scooping.
I mean, but how fast Kyle was moving, like, and he was doing good. Like, he didn't drop.
Kyle to win. I wanted Kyle to win.
I did too, and he didn't drop no more than everybody else did, honestly.
Yeah,
but he was booking it.
He was like, "Hey, I got this. Don't worry about it." You know what I mean? Man! Another amazing night of Survivor. Chicken and waffles. Come on now. We got a couple songs
Chicken
tonight.
and waffles.
We got to
yes.
talk. Let's talk about
They
the
brought
chicken
out-
and waffles remix real quick, though.
They broke out a whole song.
Yo,
Not
chicken
going-
and waffles, savory and sweet. It's chicken and waffles, it's savory and sweet. It's chicken. Was it something like that? Was it something
like that? Yeah. Good enough to eat.
Oh, that was it. Good enough to eat. Hey.
No,
yo.
I think it was 2 lines.
Oh, okay.
Savory is sweet, good
This is
enough
my
to eat,
remix.
or something like that.
Yeah.
That's what they had a whole song.
Yeah, they
And
did.
once again, poor little Mitchie didn't get a bite of the
He
food.
looked hungry, don't he?
What
looked
did you
hungry.
think? Yes. Now,
He
what
got
did you
to
think
eat.
about
He got to eat last week, though. I ain't
last
gonna
time?
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got to eat good. I
Oh.
don't know what they was eating, but he was eating it.
What do you think about Kyle's choices? Do you think he made good choices and his reasoning of why he picked those people?
Yeah, I think he did. Well, one, I think he wanted to be able to pull Camilla in a little bit, right? To give her some reassurance that she's kind of with them on the friend. At least he still got her back. And then also let her feel like she's also part of a bigger conversation, because conversation happens at those meals. Also, I think if he's telling the truth about the strategy of wanting to piss the other 3 off and try to do all that, I think that's cool. Having Joe back there to kind of monitor, I don't know if that was his plan, but that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seemed like some solid strategy to me.
I think that for his alliance, for the people that he had, for him to leave Joe behind was the only way that he was going to not piss off the rest of the people in his alliance. Because he can't clearly, he can't take all of them.
Right.
Right. So
but he didn't need to take Camilla.
But
then he would have left all 4 of them over there to conspire, hungry and mad.
Right.
And you can't do that.
And he can't do that. So he had to take somebody from the other side. Of course, Camilla's the best option.
Yeah.
And it's a good, I'm taking her because she hasn't had much food and she just needs it, blah, blah, blah.
She looks hungry.
But if he would have left Shaheen or Ava behind, Eva behind instead, then they would have got paranoid. He's not really with us, blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
Joe is the only one that I thought that was very smart of him, because
but even Joe was questioning himself.
But Joe said,
but he's
smart.
I think it's
he's strong.
Yeah.
He wants me to babysit these ones, and you know what I mean. He will, of course, get that initial WTF. But he's smart
you
enough.
Better smuggle me back a piece of chicken.
He's not emotional enough to where he just jumps to the, he could think things through logically.
Well,
Where the other 2, no, they would have got paranoid and stayed with it.
Right. Well, and intentionally flipped it to the positive perspective, which was build relationships with folks, start talking. I think he did do a little too much with Mary. I didn't think he needed to be that honest. Your thoughts?
Joe, is trying to play the game with integrity and blah, blah, blah.
Mr. Honesty and integrity.
To a fault sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm ready for them to get Mary out, honestly. But she's
I thought she was gone. I can't believe they flipped back to Star.
Oh, Say says she was the cat with 9 lives. No, I think this is Mary. Mary, 9 lives.
You ain't never lied.
I'm ready for her to get that final
I
hit.
knew it was Star. I knew it was Star though, and I was so sad before they read the votes when everybody just stared at her ass like, "Are you gonna do it or not?" And she didn't play that thing. Come on, you gonna play your.
What about how she threw Mitch under the bus about that though?
Yo,
like
Mitch says you want to play
his mouth dropped open so.
He said, "Well, my vote just changed."
If he was thinking about voting for Mary,
hey, Did you think that they were going to Rocks? Oh, is Lyric in the building and I just missed you? How you doing on today? What's going on
Lyric.
with you? What up? What
were
up?
Were you able to watch tonight?
Did you watch tonight? It was an amazing episode. We are down to the final 7 people. This thing is like rapidly wrapping up. You know what I mean? Rapidly wrapping. It is quickly ascending towards the finale. How many different ways can we say this shit is fixing to be over?
Yes.
We ain't got but a few weeks left. We're gonna be down to fire. I don't know who's gonna make it to the end, but it looks like the final 6 is gonna hold strong. Do you think they will? Or do you think, let me give you my take on it first, and then I want to hear your take. So I think that the final 6 can make it to the final 6. I think when they get to the final 6, I think Kyle needs to go with Camilla. And he's got to try to pull Joe with him, which then takes Eva, and that gets you a 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can flip on the other 2. You can get Shaheen, and you can get Mitch out of there. But I think Kyle has got to be the one to maneuver this thing at 6.
Yep.
To switch this thing around.
Yep. And he can do it because he has that relationship with Joe. Yeah. And if he can keep Joe in long enough, and that's what he's got to explain to Camilla, that Joe is their ticket to the final 4.
Joe is the one, yeah. Now, he could end up taking that money from them. But I think he's definitely, I think he's the easiest path to victory is to go with them and not against them. Yep. Unless they get him out. I mean.
Although, I mean, wouldn't it be crazy? Now, I know it's unlikely, but wouldn't it be crazy if as a firefighter, he didn't know how to build fire?
You lying. I only know how to put it out, y'all.
Like, I only know. They never taught me how to start them. Like,
bro, you playing right now.
Like, wouldn't that be crazy?
I wait this long to put the thing up on the thing. You know what I'm talking about? You know where you at. It's the reaction. I'm Milk. She's Bree. It's Survivor 48. It's week 10. You know what it is. We talking all things. Woo! We reacting. Hence the name. The reaction, you know what it is. Hey, if you want to jump in the conversation, I really would appreciate it if you came on over to Milk and Joe Entertainment. And you can find us on Facebook or on YouTube. Hop in the conversation, join us. You see, we're having so much fun talking all things Survivor 48. Bree.
What up?
Predictions. I don't feel like we've been going very long, but we got a good dub under our belt almost.
We I feel like Mary or Mitch are next.
For sure.
And
now Mitch ain't next, it's Mary. Unless Mary can get safety. Wouldn't that bite them in the butt? That was the one thing they considered Mary over Star, at least in what we got shown.
Yeah. Because
so if she did end up winning, it would almost be apropos for Joe to go. Oh my goodness.
The things that I don't understand sometimes is like, start throwing names out there, but she ain't got no power. Nobody's really trying to work with her.
She can throw all the names.
Throw them.
Mitch ain't even, if Mitch ain't biting, nobody biting.
Throw them.
Come on, man.
Mitch and Mary were a much bigger threat. And it's just like, I don't know why y'all went for Star at this point. Like, she's so easily beatable at any point. Like, yeah, I would have been going for the more actual threats at that point.
That part.
Especially like when Camilla comes and says, she's thrown out 3 names in the last hour. Like, anybody but me is what Mary was saying.
Oh, not anybody.
Let's go Joe. Let's go Shaheen. Let's go Mitch. Let's go anybody but
that
me.
Part. That part. Oh, yeah.
And she's been like that from Merge. Like, she's all over the place and always has been. And so I definitely would have went for her over Star.
Oh, Star could have stayed all day. Oh, and before we get up out of here, I said there was 2 songs tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Service had an A and a B selection. Yes. And let me tell you, that B selection, they could have saved it. Let me just say they could have saved that B selection.
Let's I don't know what your day job is.
What she say the ops was coming for? What did she say?
I don't know. I don't know what your day job is, Star.
They coming for me.
But keep it.
They plotting.
Because
they coming. They
Survivor ain't it for you. Rapping not it for you.
That ain't it. Yo,
but you got a great personality.
She is
like you got you got a great personality. Like Maybe TV, that's not Survivor.
Oh, yeah. We can drink, smoke, kick it, talk shit all day.
Yeah, no, she seems like a great person.
Yeah. We can kick it all day.
You know what? I think she would have been a better fit for Big
Brother. Mm-hmm. I hope they let her come. Come on over.
Like
we'll have you.
Let's do
CBS is all about it. Bring on over to Big Brother.
She would have been an interesting house guest for sure.
She gonna tell too much and be gone too soon because she gonna be tearing up everybody's game.
But they would see like she's not a big threat and stuff, and so like
but you know in there like
and she's entertaining. They keep entertaining people around longer because they be so bored.
Right. Well, I mean, it would depend on if she became a liability to anybody's game.
Yeah, but people probably just wouldn't tell her nothing for real.
That's what you would have to do. You couldn't
like
tell
on
her
Survivor. Like she ain't really been brought into no game.
You know
talk
the damn
with
rules.
anybody.
You know the rules. Don't tell her nothing for real.
Just don't tell her nothing.
What Miss said, if it's coming from Star.
right. If it's like nobody listens to anything Star says.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh, okay, but wait.
Tonight. Oh, you have some more? And wait, there's more.
Tribal.
Oh, what happened?
This is my Star. They should have kept her just at least another week because she's funny, man. When she was said, when Mitch told me to play my shot in the dark, and no offense, Mitch, but he didn't stutter.
He meant that shit. They're coming. You should play your shot in the dark.
Oh gosh.
No offense, but he didn't stutter.
He didn't stutter, and I thought that was hilarious.
Yo.
I was like, no, she didn't.
She know how to paint a picture.
He sure didn't though, and he tried to tell her she should have played it.
She can't rap, but she could tell a story.
It may not work, but she could have tried.
Yo, she kept her faith though. That's what she was holding on to her faith.
Yeah.
She said she's gonna hold on to her faith. But, well, you know, what did you think about David? Because while
he was so salty the whole time that he's sitting there and
they kept showing him too, didn't they?
Bro, he's gonna be the pettiest
show him again
ever. They should have got him out before jury. Now that I look at him, like he's gonna be so petty when it gets to the end.
Only time he smiled, and I don't know if you caught it, is when Mary caught her third vote, or maybe the second vote. But once he realized Mary was at risk, he definitely smirked. For sure, like, you stupid. He probably thinks that she was in on it with him.
No, I don't think he is. I think he was smirking like, oh, first me, now her. Like, you know, I think he was being a petty Betty. Like,
yeah, he looked like he had sour cabbage for dinner. Yeah, for sure, with moldy cornbread. That's what he looked like he had.
So I don't know, but
they must not.
I wonder when he gets to the end, like who if Mary don't make it to the end, who do you think he would even give his vote to?
Okay, wait. Pause. I do have to forget though, or I have to remember. I should say, it was just 2 days ago for him.
Yeah.
It's been a whole week for me. It doesn't happen, you know. Well, I feel like I can get over some shit in a week. Some champagne.
He should get over it.
A couple drinks.
Right. He should get over it too in a couple of days.
It's only been 2 days.
Hey, you done slept in a good bed. You done had a good meal and stuff. Man. You knew it was a long shot. So just chill out. But
you know,
who do you
think?
Enjoy
Fiji.
Right. If Mary doesn't make it to the end, who do you think he would vote for? Like he feels like Joe betrayed him. I'm sure he feels like Kyle betrayed him.
He might be the first person to be like, I don't want to vote.
I'm not voting.
That'd be the ultimate Ken move, wouldn't it? I'm not voting.
I think
I keep getting more and more reasons why his woman left him. It might not have been money. She just kept saying that.
And that's why I didn't want him to win, because you didn't even have a good story. I need to win this $1 million so my girlfriend will come back to me because she wants to have kids and be a stay-at-home mom.
Here's the thing.
Like, just get a job that makes money so she can do that. Like,
get out your Winnebago in front of mom and dad's house. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's a lot of one-income households around here. But anywho.
The vibe I got from him was he tried to put his best foot forward. He wanted to seem as a likable, friendly guy. but he started to come across as like the controlling manipulative type. You know what I mean? And that's what abusive looks like. That's you know what I mean. They come in all sweet.
He came in at the flag and it turned
red real quick. He was like, woo, my dude.
It's a green left on that flag.
He got to go.
It's not even a hint of green on this flag no more.
No.
It's not light pink or nothing. This is a deep red.
Hey, I mean, do you still agree with the narrative though that Mary was manipulating him?
No, I don't think Mary was manipulating him. I think because he would get into these. I mean, I think they were both paranoid and scattered enough.
They was feeding each other bad information. Yeah,
to feed off of each other. I don't think one was more guilty than the other. I think they're equally
because her behavior changed. Like this episode, she wasn't the same. You know what I mean? The last two episodes.
No, I feel like she was the same, and that's why I said I think they were equally scatterbrained because the way she just jumped from person to person, and you know what I mean. Like I feel like they had equally scattered gameplay, where they just suspect of everybody and this and that.
And you know what's so wild though? As much as I wanted to see him go, I remember cheering for him when it was him and what was like the three girls that was winning.
The Charlie's Angels.
It was like, come on, you can do it. He was like willing them to victory like over and over and over again. It was like wonderful to watch. And then all of a sudden he just became this like toxic person. Like, you gotta go.
Yeah.
Look, and in Survivor, it was only a couple of days, so maybe he just had a bad couple of days. I don't know.
Well, it was just like once he got a little bit of power, it went to his head, and
we've seen it over and over.
Thought that he was running the entire show, and that's what we often see is once people get too comfortable and think they're running the show, that's when they get and that's what I was just about to say, and. Now we see who's next and being too comfortable. So we'll see what happens with her. I mean, I feel like they're going to pull her if they're not going to be able to get Joe.
Well, we don't know that, but hey.
If Kyle, Camilla, and Mitch could get married and they can stay on one accord, they should try to get Eva.
Yeah.
They honestly should, because if somebody don't take a shot at her soon, she's getting 100.
I think Kyle.
$1 million.
Kyle
and they're
has
gonna have
to be
like
the one
super side door her or backdoor her to where back door, side door, front door. They're gonna have to be very stealthy about how they do it because
it has to be this week too.
Idols.
It has to be this week, and let me tell you why Mary might make it to 6, because Kyle really needs to be the one to pull the trigger, and Kyle needs to. Well, it ain't gonna work if they go for Eva, because and keeping Joe. Because remember, I said, he needs to try to keep it. Well, they could go for Eva, and he could pull it off, but it would require Kyle to pull Mitch. He's already got Camilla, and then Mary would do whatever. Right. So. I mean, Kyle could be the one to upset everything. I think he would lose $1 million though. If he makes that move, he loses $1 million. Joe's not giving him money after that disloyalty.
I feel like no matter which way he goes, I feel like Kyle has to make the moves to get to the Final Four. He's going to be the one to decide who the Final Four is, depending on what move he makes. However. No matter what happens, he's not getting that $1 million. If he goes with Joe and Eva, one of them is getting it. If he goes with Mitch and Camilla, Mitch is getting it. Like,
and don't let Mary be sitting there at the end.
Yeah.
All she got to do is make a case that she went to so many tribals. Like, she just outlasted everybody.
Yep.
That's part of the game. Outwit, outlast, outsurvive.
Yep.
Ain't that what they say?
Kyle is the key instrument to getting them to the end. But no matter who he takes with him towards the end, or what move he makes.
I think he could beat Camilla and Shaheen. I think he could beat Camilla and Shaheen.
Yeah, but I don't think Shaheen's going to make it to the end. I think they're going to get him out.
Well, that would be the interesting thing, because if you go for Eva first, then you got to take Joe next.
Yeah,
because Joe's going to be trying to rally everybody else.
That's true. That's true.
So then Shaheen's still sitting there.
That's true.
Or do you pull Eva and Joe and ride with them to the end?
Or they could go for Shaheen next week, or this, next week, and then after next week, one of Eva's idols dies, so she only has the one idol. So
right, it only takes them to 7. They're at it now.
Yeah, and so if they get rid of Shaheen next week, and then after that, she's only got one idol. But of course, she'll think she's very safe. They can make it seem like it's going to be Mary, and then they can flip and take her out, her or Joe. But she's only got one idol, so she can only save one of them.
Right, exactly.
So I don't know. It'll be very interesting. Literally anything can happen from here. Anything can happen.
And I'm not gonna play my idol on you. I'm thinking back to the Mary conversation.
Yeah, and I'm not. And Mary's and there's no way, which is crazy because she has 2. So that's how Mary knows. She for real not effing with me. Like she got 2 idols and still won't spend one.
Bad out here.
This is bad out here. Okay.
Oh,
not
man.
part of the group.
Not so much. So much fun up in Fiji.
Yeah.
Survivor 48.
I mean, I'm gonna go to Fiji one day, just not on Survivor.
Come on. We could go survive just one day. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna go to Fiji, but not on Survivor.
Come on, but no. But then go camping one of the days. That'll be like Survivor.
No, that's okay.
No.
No.
Just start a fire.
Have you ever
there.
seen Troop Beverly Hills?
Cook something to eat outside while you're there.
Have you ever seen the movie Troop Beverly Hills? How they try to go camping and they end up at like the Ritz-Carlton at the, and end up sleeping in the hotel because it started raining when they were trying to camp outside.
Is that the one with Will Smith's cousin in it?
Ashley?
Hillary from Fresh Prince.
Oh, Hillary? No, Hillary's not in it.
Hillary not in that one? Who in that?
I don't think. Is Shelley Long is the mom? The truth
I don't
leader?
know. Child. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of the Fresh Prince. Same principle. I think they had that plot on one of the episodes. You know what I mean? She was like the Boy Scout or the Girl Scout troop leader or something. Like the Flower Puffs or something, whatever they was called.
Yeah, no, but that's my idea of camping. Like we'll just go to the.
That's just glamping. That's
matter
why
of fact, that little church campground place. That's the closest.
That's the closest to camping that you'll ever get.
The closest you're gonna get me. Yeah, the closest.
It was
pretty,
a fire.
I
mean, it was pretty rough.
Yeah,
actually,
we slept
to me,
inside,
it's
but
not
it was
rough.
like bunk
I mean,
beds.
it's not rough at all to me. First of all, there was air conditioning if it was too hot. So, there's indoor plumbing and refrigerator. Look, a stove and a refrigerator and indoor plumbing.
That was a new experience.
Yeah, I mean, hey, bunk beds.
Yeah, well, that's again rough as I want to get.
Yeah, that's. I mean, you're not even gonna have a bunk bed when you glamping, though, unless you're in a hotel or something, or a nice cabin, which you like to do.
Right, in a hotel, I'm gonna have a bed.
Right. Yeah. I was thinking about the RV thing, mm-hmm. Because you say you want to do the RV thing cross country one day too. So that's gonna be confined quarters. Yeah. You know what I mean? That ain't gonna be. That's bunk.
Yeah,
beds.
But it has a bed. That's not bunk beds. You ain't never seen them decked out RVs. They have beds.
Right. Well, it has like a master bed, and then I think it has some pullouts, maybe. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you can crawl on up to the master bed. Yeah, that's true. They usually be in the back, up in the air.
Yep.
You gotta crawl. You gotta crawl. Yeah, you gotta do some crawling. Quality good times. Anything else to talk about as it pertains to this week's episode? We got hip hop star. She gone to the jury. We got Joe and Cocky Evil.
I'm excited for next week.
Hey, what if Mary slides up?
I'm excited for next week. Like I said, literally anything can happen from this point.
Yeah. I mean, Shaheen really has nobody.
And did what?
Mitch has nobody. Like the only people that have somebody, it's really Kyle and Camilla, and it's Joe and Eva. If one of the four of them don't win this, it's their own fault.
Yeah.
And Camilla has the longest shot out of the four of them. It's not even 25%.
Out of the four.
It's not even 25%.
She's like, how?
How?
How? Yeah.
Yo,
no, she's got like 15%.
If we broke it, yeah. I was about to say if we broke it down, who's got like Kyle and Joe? They're like what? 30,
I would say
40.
Yeah.
Is that like 80%?
I would say
between the two of them.
That Eva has just the 25%, but she thinks she has more.
More. Okay.
Yeah, she too comfortable, and we all know how that goes.
Okay. So about 35% Joe, Kyle, 10-15% Camilla, 25%. Okay.
Yeah.
Still thinking though that the Joe. Hey, I wouldn't even be mad if Camilla could come back and pull that shit off.
I would be happy. Like
I would be elated.
You know, I love the underdog.
Yo, are you kidding me? I'll start hollering at the TV. Let's go! You know, I'm crazy. I love to have fun. I also like to keep shit entertaining. You know what I mean? Just one of my favorite wrestlers. You know, I love wrestling. Roddy Piper. He said, "Just when you think you've got all the answers, I change the questions." And so sometimes, just when you think you expect where this shit is going, let's go and mix it up. Let's go, Capella. That's kind of crazy though, because that's kind of like cheering for LeBron halfway through the finals and then being like, "No, let's go, Steph Curry." But hey, you know it is what it is.
It happens sometimes.
It happens. You know, sometimes it happens. Hey man, they can't play on the same team all the time. You know, every now and again you got to switch jerseys, and you got to pick one. You got to make choices out here in this world. Ah man, excitement is real for next week. We're down to the final 7, going into day 20. Survivor 48 is getting real out here, y'all. Of course, we appreciate everybody who's rocking with us on this evening. Make sure you like and share this thing up. If you haven't had the opportunity to drop a comment, please do so wherever you are watching from. We'll try to find you. It's still the hunt to see where you're watching from. Where are you watching me from? I really want to know. Of course, if you enjoy us at all, you have to a little bit because you've been hanging around. You can catch us 5 days a week, at least all the way up until episode 100. We're not sure what's happening after that. Although I do have an idea. Should I just like drop it now?
Sure. What's
okay? Watch this. I came up with it this morning. It was while I was doing my first morning thinking of the day. If that provides some context. And I said, what if we went from wake up with Milk and Bree to workout with Milk and Bree, and all of a sudden we put like a good video up on the screen, and then we're off in the corner in the little boxes doing the the different shit. Hey, first of all, you're talking about hold on. I ain't gonna put it, I ain't putting it out there like that, but you talking about we talking about becoming more self-aware and being intentional and getting this thing going.
When are we supposed to do that? In the morning?
We're gonna have to get up early. Yeah, you're gonna have to get up a little more early. That's right, you're gonna have to go to bed. You're gonna have to turn the thinker off and gonna have to go to bed. We're gonna get up early.
Let's see how this therapy session ends. If I can get my brain to sleep at night.
There we go. Come on, Bree. Try it with me, Bree. Come on. Jazzercise. Come on, Bree.
We'll put a pin in that and come back to it, guys.
Hey, somebody in the comments is writing right now. He needs to. Come on, help him. So some of this shit going on. I'm feeling it. It, Bree. Workout with Milk and Bree. Hey, if you like it, we'll put your name first.
No. We'll just
work out with just Bree and Milk.
Okay, we'll put a
See
pin in
that?
that.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. You know what I mean? I know I'll be having these crazy out of the box ideas. I know I do.
That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy.
Hey, just imagine though, starting your day with a good workout and showering and having breakfast before you clock into work.
You almost made me cuss at you. Let's discuss this later.
I appreciate your reservation. You know what I'm saying? Way to maintain composure.
Let's discuss this at a later date.
But I almost
do you understand what time I would have to wake up to do some stuff like that?
Yes. We already talking about not wanting to wake up now during the summertime. So
right.
What's the opposite of that? Get up earlier.
Yeah, I don't.
Let's go.
Let's put a pin in that. Let's do that.
Yeah, a little bitty one of those right there.
We'll discuss that later.
Quality good times. I need something to drink, and I ain't bringing nothing over here with me. My mouth is about dried all the way up. I appreciate God allowing me to have the words flow smoothly out of my mouth on tonight, because earlier this evening I was already starting to trip over my tongue like I had peanut butter in my mouth. But Lord, you make me sound like I'm a rapper on tonight, and that, God, I say thank you. All you got to do is drop a beat behind anything I say, and you can turn all the way up. Catch us tomorrow morning. I hinted at that earlier. 5 days a week, wake up with Milk and Bree, 7:30 a.m. Start your day the right way. See us tomorrow morning. Y'all have an amazing night. Let's start our day the right way and have a happy Thursday. You know what it is. Until next time, I am the Milkman.
And I'm just Bree.
Woo! That's a lot of damn words. I'm out of here.
It was. Out of here. Good job.
Yo! Where's the button? Hit it.